Alright, welcome back. We're doing something different. Not doing video games this week. We're doing a tier list. When the whole let's say culture tag tier list came out, I think I was still doing my model. So I was still like drawing and designing it. So I kind of missed the bandwagon on it, but I kind of wanted to do it anyway. So, I mean, who cares about views, whatever. Uh, let's get into it. We got our categories, which like I just made up. Hot, soft yes, which is like yeah, yes, but not the hottest. And then meh or depends, it means it's either like not great, not bad, or it depends on how they're writing it. And then soft no, and then turbo jail. Uh, yeah, you know why. Um, we're gonna start with Big Booba, and I'm gonna throw this in soft yes, because for me, medium is premium. So big boobas are good, small boobas good, but medium's the best. Um, yeah. Say lolly, straight to maximum security turbo jail. Uh, facials. Facials soft yes. Not not super hot, not meh, but yeah, pretty good. In the butt. Okay, so both in real life and in reading, soft no. Um, never been into it. Done it a few times with some ladies, and yeah, nah. Um, tights and fishnets, hot. Fishnets are great. Love fishnets. Uh, both stockings and like bodysuits and that. Uh, glasses. IRL, soft yes. Reading. I'll keep it at a soft yes. Beej, hot. Like a good beej. Shota, turbo jail. Forced. And I couldn't read what the little subtitles down there said, but mm, depends. Depends on the story. Depends on how they play it. If we're talking like full on like rapey rape, then it's gonna go into like either turbo jail or the like hardest of no's. Or it, but if it's like, oh, I'm not into it right now, and it's like I'm gonna get you into it, and it's kind of like a soft yes. Um, bondage, both in reading and in life. I do not have master tattooed on me for no reason. Uh, let's see. Ahegao. That that's gonna be a soft no. Like if it's just a single drawing or whatever, then it's meh. I don't really care. But if it's like a primary focus of the dojin, soft no. Incest. If this was in Seki, I would put that up into hot. Um, and again, I'm going to differentiate between real life because, like, real life for me, Turbo Jail. But reading it and like it being, fictional, soft yes. Yeah, Inseki is like turbo hot, but for just regular me, MILF, soft yes. Like him, like some of the older ladies a little bit. Double pen. both in real life and in reading, soft no. Not into it. Defloration, meh, no opinion. Pizuri. IRL, it's meh, but like, depending on how they write it, it's it can be a little hot. Fuda. Soft no. It's not quite turbo jail, but we'll just say almost hard no on Fuda. Dark skin. Yeah, I'm alright with it. It's a soft yes. X-ray is no opinion. I know it's a trope in the dojins to have the internal shot. But yeah. Not super hot, not hot, not a turn off, nothing. Just meh. It's alright. Yuri. Yuri I'm gonna put into soft yes. I'm not it's like the softest of soft yeses. It's not something I really actively look into, but I won't not read a dojin because of it. Yaoi, again, soft no. I'm not 100% against it, but usually no. It's not like Turbo Jail. It's no, not really into it. Toys are just gonna be meh. Like I don't really care about it. If it was like handcuffs and bondage rope and stuff like that, then it would go into hot. But just like, own a hole or dildo or vibrator or butt plug, then meh. FFM, MMF, IRL, soft no. I'm not into it. Reading, soft yes. Yeah, I've done it a few times and it's just not that great, but when you're reading, it's alright. It's a soft yes. Femdom, it's gonna depend on the type. So like, ooh. Like if we're talking like soft femdom, hot. Real hot. Up there with bondage hot. But if we're talking like ball busting or like trampling or weird stuff like that, then it's gonna be soft no. So I'm gonna throw that into it depends. NTR. Turbo Jail. I actually actively hate NTR stories. Impregnation breeding. Hot. Plap plap grip pregnant. Ugly bastard. Soft no. It's not quite Turbo Jail, but it's on like the same level as say like Fuda or Yaoi. Not really into it. Syscon Brocon. IRL. Turbo Jail. Reading it in a dojin. Soft yes. Cross-dressing. I'm not totally against it because I'm alright with say like femboy on female. I'll throw that into depends because if it's like if we're talking femboy on female, totally alright with it. But the actual tag itself would be like soft no. Tentacles, soft yes. I do not mind a little bit of tentacle struggle snuggle. Mind break. Hot. Yeah, don't mind a little bit of giving her the D so hard she can't think right. And pro tip for the dudes, it takes about 12 to 13 to get to that point, and I will not elaborate further. Twin tails. Twin tails is meh. Like my only thing with hair is, I like long hair more than I like short hair, and I don't like bangs. And like that's about it. The rest of it, it's just meh. Don't care. Uh, Bikini, soft, yes. Um, Hairy. I'm gonna throw that in depends because it depends on what they mean in the tag. Because like my saying is, um, I would rather sit in a parking lot than a forest, but I like laying down in the grass. So yeah, like I don't mind a little bit of the bush, but when it gets to be too much, then it's like eh. Big peepee. Um, Depends on how big we're talking. Uh, is it bigger than a baby's arm? No, I'm just gonna put it in meh. Doesn't matter to me. Muscle. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna throw in a caveat to this because I don't want to just drop it in depends. If we're talking like, 7 foot dummy mommy or a fit girl with abs, hot. But if we're talking like roids, then like soft no. But I'm gonna stick with the dummy mommies and the fit girls. Uh, Big ass. Mm. It depends on how big we're talking. Because I've seen some stuff. If we're talking like just a big old badonkadonk, a little bit of dump truck back there, absolutely. But if we're talking like if we're talking a girl pushing like 3 bills, big ass, then no. Uh, but for right now, I'll put it in hot. Made at soft, yes. It's I I won't stop reading because of it, but it's not something I'm like actively searching. Teacher is meh. No real opinion on that. Um, Mind control. Uh, Soft, yes. Like IRL, I would be like against it, but when it's in a dojin and it's fiction, it can get a little steamy. Sweating is soft, no, because it's almost exclusively paired with like the smell tag. If we're talking like, oh, they're outside and it's hot outside, but we're still gonna bang because, we're just that turned on, then that's fine. That's whatever. But soft no because it's often paired with the smell tag. I'm just not into that. Um, Exhibitionism, soft yes. Yeah, nothing much to say about that. Pegnate, pregnant, gregnant. Mm. Because there's already impregnation and breeding. I'm going to assume this is uh, a girl who is already pregnant. And then I'm going to put that in like, it's not quite turbo jail, but soft no. Not into it, but yeah, not quite jail time. Foot job or feet, soft yes. Don't have a problem with the feet. Lingerie, depends on the type. Herm, cause like I got a thing for like fishnets and garter belt. but overall, it's like kind of in between here of like hot and soft, yes. I'll throw it in hot for now. It's like the softest of hot. Unusual pupils, meh, no opinion. I know like the heart pupil, whatever, is a trope. Same with like X-ray. It's just neither here nor there. Smaller booba, all booba are great. But again, medium is premium. P, turbo jail, straight to turbo jail. Hand job, every guy likes a good old fashioned. Tan lines, hot. Like a girl with tan lines, both IRL and in my reading. Demon girl and succubus, hot. Like the demon girls and the Oni girls. Scat, straight to turbo jail. Fingering, hey, same thing with a handy. Some girls you gotta introduce to Jill and her 5 friends. Animal ears. Okay, if we're talking like the headband animal ears, then it's meh. Neither here nor there. If we're talking about like cat girl ears or bunny girl ears, that's soft yes. So I'm gonna throw this in depends. Doing it yourself? I mean, this entire thing is about jacking it, so might as well. Ponytail, same with twin tails. Meh, no opinion. Lactation. Ooh, that's another one that's gonna depend. Because, like, this can go a couple of ways with the tag. It can either be like, oh, you're banging a MILF, and you give them nips a good tongue punching, and you get to lap up some of the booby juice. Then that would be a soft yes. But if it's like you're banging a MILF and it's like spraying out like some 80s hentai cum shot, then it's a soft no. Because it's just ridiculous and stupid. So I'm going to throw that into it depends as well. Collar and choker. Hot. Natori. Meh. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not like Netarare where it's like you're stealing somebody away from somebody else or cheating or something like that. It's like the whole like love triangle thing, and that it doesn't matter to me. Elf, soft yes, like my magical girls. Not as great as demon or succubus, but still all right. Ooh, blackmail. That can depend. That's really dependent on the storyline. Because, like, sometimes it's like light blackmail, like, say, like, an Inseki or incest story where it's like, oh, I caught you fapping, I'm gonna tell mom, that kind of thing. And, it's like real light on the blackmail. But then other times it's like, oh, if you don't do this, we're gonna, you know, expose your deepest, darkest secret and ruin your life or something like that. Yeah, then that would be like soft no. So I'm going to throw that in depends. Cunning linguist. There we go. Cunning linguistics. Stomach deformation. That's soft no. It looks dumb. It looks like you're puncturing her diaphragm. Say it wasn't on the list, but same with like all the way through. That's just another one that's dumb. Just nah. Chubby and thick. It depends. Because some of them are right. They throw curvy into the thick part, but then some of them we're talking chicks pushing 3 bills that they're calling thick, and it's like, no, that's not thick. You have a medical condition. Rim job, both in real life and in the dojins. No, no thanks. Not into it. Filming, no opinion whatsoever. Monster. Okay, so there's Monster Girl here, and then there's Monster. So I'm going to make an executive decision and say Monster, they're talking about non anthropomorphized, which. Soft no. Gyaro? Oh, I like some Gyaro girls. Pretty hot. Shame they're extinct. Big areola. I'm going to throw this into soft yes. It's not something I actively look for, but it's decent. Yeah, don't be ashamed of it, ladies. If you got the big areola, there is somebody out there who will love you for it. Bestiality. Both in reading and in real life, turbo jail. Deep throat. In real life, pretty hot. In reading, eh. It's alright. Monster Girl. Hot. Like my Monster Girls. Especially my Spider Girls. Nurse. Soft no. Both IRL and in reading. Like it doesn't really do anything for. Okay, so in the dojins, it doesn't really do anything for me. IRL, straight to soft no. You know, I have some family members who are in nursing, and so we have some family friends who are also in nursing, and hanging out at parties or whatever. And man, they come back from like a 10-12 hour shift covered in every single bodily fluid, and yeah, not a turn on. But in reading, yeah, it's all right. That yeah. Enema, the hardest of no's, but not quite turbo jail. That is like on the border of scat. Yeah, not. Yeah, I'll put this at the hardest of soft no's. Not my thing, but not quite deserving of being locked in a cage. Inverted nips, same thing with big areola. If you got them, don't be ashamed of them. Somebody gonna like to suck them things out. Urethral stuff. That's the same thing with Anima, like the hardest of soft no's. Not into sounding, but not quite deserving of being thrown in jail for it. Cervix penetration. That one is going into soft no, both in reading and in real life, because this really hurts for a girl. As that can cause a hospital visit. And I apologize to every lady I've ever done it to. Yeah, it will not stop bleeding. It is apparently very uncomfortable. Slave. So IRL, like not into it. Reading the dojins, hot AF. Size and age difference. Ooh, that's gonna depend. That's just going straight into depends, because size could mean short stack. Or like, 8-foot muscle mommy. In which case, hot. But it could also mean like lolly. or Shota, in which case turbo jail. An age difference could also mean like MILF and college age dude, or the other way around. You know, Dil. I guess it's DILF, yeah. Yeah, DILF and college age girl, in which case, hey, it's alright. But, so I'm going to say that. That goes into the depends. Depends on where they go with this difference. Birth, straight to turbo jail. If you're jacking it to that, turbo jail it is. Crotch tattoo. Soft yes to hot. Because crotch tattoo is often paired with like demon girls, but it could also be, a nice fertile lady. So yeah. I'm gonna put that. Yeah, soft yes to hot. Like the hottest of soft yeses, or the softest of hot. Somewhere in there. I'll throw that into hot. Smell the hardest of nose. Um, hmm. Squirting, IRL, meh, don't care. In dojins, it just looks dumb. Oyakudon, IRL, no to turbo jail. Because this is not the food, this is banging a mom and daughter. Reading it? Hot. Emotionless or sleeping? That's gonna depend. Emotionless is kind of like eh. Like them not being into it makes it kind of like meh. But sleeping, like a hey, do a little bit of sleep creep. Yeah, it's alright for reading. It's alright when it's a fantasy. Nose hook, BDSM, no. Despite me being like into BDSM, the whole like nose hook, pigtail butt plug thing, that's just not into it. Eggs, which I'm going to assume they're meaning like either harpy eggs or like ovipositor stuff. In which case, no. Leg lock, hot. Make Shinzo Abe proud. Bride, the actual like wedding dress thing is just meh. Doesn't matter to me. Harem, again, IRL, it's soft no, but reading it, soft yes. Like, IRL, I'm just not into like group stuff. It's just kind of yeah. Gangbang, meh. Less into that than I am into like harem. Stuck somewhere. Ooh. Like the softest of hot or the hottest of soft. I'll put that like the hottest of soft. Yeah, stuck in a wall or a little bit of help me step bro. Yeah. It's alright. Corruption. That would be like the softest yes to like the it's alright. But like yeah, I'll throw it in meh. None. Meh to not really. Throw it in meh. Doesn't really do anything for me. Chikan. Again, IRL, straight to turbo jail, don't molest girls. Reading, though. Straight up on almost my #1 search. Hmm. Let's see, Glory Hole. Again, same with Stuck Somewhere. Very similar premise. Uh, kind of either not in control or not knowing who you're getting it from. So, reasonably hot, but not like hot, hot. Hidden or invisible. I'm gonna throw that in meh. I've read some stuff with it, but none of it is either like a turn on or a turn off. They're both just eh. Okay. Humiliation. Okay, IRL, it really depends. It really depends. It depends on how into it she is. Like if she's really into it, like really, really into it, it is so hot. But if she's not into it, then it is like the hardest of soft no's. But if we're talking reading, then I'm going to throw it up there. Yeah, I'm going to throw it into soft yes. Kaukini, same with the bikini. That's going to go into soft yes. Mind control and hypnosis. Again, if it was real life, it'd be like, no. But yeah, I'm gonna throw it back here with the other mind control. Like it's kind of hot, but it's not like super hot. Blindfold. That is out of the stuff I'm willing to do. That's like my most meh. Like, I'm not totally into it, not against it. That's just meh. Biting. IRL. Right up here. Reading it. Doesn't really do anything. And same with asphyxiation. Breath play, mermaid kiss, choky stuff. That is real, real hot to me. I really like it on both ends. But reading it, doesn't do anything for me. Clothed is another one that's like, doesn't really matter. Like it would be the softest of yeses or the meh. Um, yeah, doesn't really make a difference. Kissing. This one is going in, it depends. Okay, so like if it's just part of the story, totally fine, soft yes, whatever. But if it's like the main feature of the dojin where they're making up stupid lines about like um mouth pussy or like it feels like I'm fucking your mouth or something like that while kissing, then that's gonna be like borderline turn off. Yeah. So I'll throw that in depends. Drunk, IRL, straight to turbo jail. Don't take advantage of drunk girls. In reading and fantasy, depends. Because there's like, there's like the storylines where, I'm gonna get drunk, and maybe that'll give me the courage to work up to, banging whoever or whatever, or I'm a little bit tipsy and I'm, Oni-chan, I'm feeling a little bit hot. Why don't we go to your bedroom? And that's like, right around here. But IRL, it's go straight to turbo jail. So I'm gonna throw this in like soft yes for reading. Mesugaki. That one is a depends. So it depends because it is very often tagged or it's tied with lolly a lot of times. And that is straight to turbo jail. But if we're talking about just like the look of absolute lust, then hot. So it depends. Group, again, IRL, soft no. Reading, yeah, it's alright. Childhood friend. Ooh. That's another one where it gets paired with lolly or shota way too often. So if we're talking adult, then the hardest of soft yeses or the softest of hot. Yeah, one of those two. I'll throw it in there. Inflation, borderline turbo jail. So I'm going to throw this the hardest of no's. BDSM, absolutely. IRL and reading. Armpit. It's like IRL, I don't have a problem with them. Like, it's not a turn off, it's not a turn on. You know, I'll give him a bit of a smooch if I'm kissing her all over. But when it's a dojin, it is way too often paired with like sweating and smell. So I'm gonna throw this in soft no. Light Rihanna. Soft no. Not into it. Guro Heavy Rihanna. That is on the border of turbo jail. If you're beating it to that, you're might be a serial killer or some shit. Yeah, turbo jail. The highest level of turbo jail, not the lowest level of turbo jail, but turbo jail nonetheless. Vanilla, yeah, soft yes. It's up there. I like some vanilla reading. Spanking, both IRL and reading. Like it. Climax denial. Ooh. IRL, it depends. It depends on if it's like a oh not yet or oh hold on or oh I want more. Then yeah. Then yeah, hot. IRL if we're talking like ruined orgasm or like chastity stuff or like not letting them get off, then it's like no, not into that. But when it's a fantasy, I'm gonna put that at soft yes. And breastfeeding, I really couldn't decide if they mean like, oh, you're banging a MILF and you get some milk off them mommy milkers. Then if that was the case, soft yes to like, yeah, soft yes to like the softest of hot. But if you're talking about like there's like a kid in the story who's breastfeeding, then it's like if you're jacking it to that, that's straight to turbo jail. So I'm gonna throw that in depends. Because like if you're an adult and you want some of that mommy milk, go for it, man. It's tastes a little weird. But it's not bad. So let me think. There's nothing that's coming to mind that I really want to change. Like maybe I might move dark skin up to hot. Yeah, because a lot of time they throw tan into dark skin as well. I really like the tan lines thing. So I'm going to pair these ones up kind of a bit and say I'll move that one into hot. And Paizuri. Ooh. That's another one that's like, it's on the border. Same with MILF. It's on the border with hot. And again, if this was in Seki, straight up there. Let's see. It's a shame they don't have medium booba, because that would go up there too. Yeah, I feel like I've got way too much in the middle, but it's also just because so much of it depends on the tag. You know what? I'm going to go through and I'm going to make executive decisions on these. Forced. I'll move that up to soft yes. So, like, because it's fantasy, that's fine. Not fantasy, straight to turbo jail. Defloration. That doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, I'll keep it there. X-ray again doesn't do anything for me. Toys doesn't do anything for me. Femdom. I will make the executive decision and say this is soft femdom and not like ball-busting borderline torture femdom. I will throw that up into hot. I will throw that up into like right up here hot. Cross-dressing. Again, that really depends. If we're talking, yeah, if we're talking like femboy on female, yeah, that's fine. But just the tag itself is meh. Twin tails again, meh. Hairy. I'm gonna make the executive decision and say we're talking about a little bit of bush. And yeah, that is in soft yes, bordering on hot. The big PP. Yeah, me. Teacher. There's one that I really like. There's one that I've read like 3 or 4 times. That's teacher, but that's just that one. Unusual pupils again, meh. Animal ears, meh. Ponytail, meh. Lactation. Again, we'll move this up into soft yes, because we're talking about a bit of booby milk and not like spraying like an 80s hentai. You know, like a little blue girl or some shit. Notori, meh. Blackmail. Again, it can be kind of hot. I'll say if it's not too bad, I'll throw it in soft yes. Chubby thick. Again, depends on what they mean. So if we're talking curvy girls, I'm fine with that. That's a soft yes. Filming, meh. Nurse, meh. Size, age difference. Again, short stack or like MILF on college age. Soft yes. I mean, like short stack would put it up into hot, but yeah. Bride, eh. I think there's one that I've read a couple times, but like it is coincidental that there's a wedding in it. Gangbang again, yeah, meh. Not really into it. Corruption, meh. None, meh. Hidden or invisible, meh. Blindfold, eh. Biting, again, real life, hot. Asphyxiation, real life, hot. Clothed, meh. kissing. It really depends. Like it's either like meh or maybe like a soft, like the softest of yes. But like when it gets into that, like where people would tag kissing into it, that it gets borderline no, borderline hard no. Yeah, Mesugaki. Again, no problem with the look of lust, but like I said, it gets tagged way too often with lolly and associated with lolly, so I'm just like, no. Um, and again, breastfeeding again. If we're talking MILF on, adult male, totally fine with it. Breastfeeding hand job, pretty awesome position. Sucking on them titties while getting a handy. That's alright. So I'll throw that in the soft yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll about do it. Yeah. I am satisfied with that. Anyway, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.